Hi, Team Persevere. So here we have a picture of the beast, and he is loving to read. And this year in Team Persevere, we want to help you all learn to love to read. As your teachers, we know that for some students, their love of reading came easy. Maybe it was something they've always enjoyed. But for some students, reading might be something that's not as enjoyable. And this year in Team Persevere, we are going to learn strategies and ways to help us enjoy reading so that we can learn to love it and it can really last our entire lifetime. Right now, what book are you reading? What is your favorite book or series? So at this time, I would like to pause the video and discuss this question. You can put your answer in the chat. One way to build your stamina, which we talked about yesterday, is the length of time that you're reading, and you filled out your stamina sheet yesterday. One way to increase your stamina or increase the length of time that you're reading is to set a timed goal. On your stamina sheet from yesterday, I have my example here. I'm pretending that yesterday on September 21st, I read for 20 minutes. So I filled out this sheet and colored it up to the 20-minute mark. I know it's a little small, but hopefully you can see. To set a timed goal, I could increase my goal by just one box, which would be 22 minutes. So today, I would like you to increase your stamina goal when you're reading by one box. For some friends, you might be thinking, oh boy, it was hard for me just to read the length I did yesterday. How can I go even longer? One strategy to help you would be to use a timer. So then your mind isn't constantly on the clock and thinking, how much time do I have left? You can even use the timer on your iPad. On your iPad, there is an app that is of a clock like the one that is on the screen now. And when you click on that clock, at the bottom, you'll see the word timer. Click on timer, and then you can set the timer. I set mine for 22 minutes, and you can just change the amount by moving the numbers in the middle. And then just click the green start button. That starts the timer, and when the timer is over, it will start ringing. So if you're on your iPad reading on Epic or Raz Kids, it will start dinging. Or if you have your iPad completely closed and you're reading a book, you will hear the timer go off even with the iPad closed. So that's another option of a strategy you could use to help increase your time reading. Today I have a read aloud book for you that is called The Dot. This is another popular children's book, and many of us participated last year at Irving. We had Dot Day at the beginning of the school year and read this book as a school community. But it has such a great message, and as we're reading, I want you to be thinking about, what is the author teaching me in this story? All right. I'll make this a little bigger. There we go. The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Very funny, said Vashti. I just can't draw. Show me a hand signal right now. Can you agree that you've had a time that maybe you felt like Vashti, where you were given an assignment and you just did not know how to complete it? So either agree or disagree. That's never happened to you. Her teacher smiled. Just make a mark and see where it takes you. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted, a red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots made many colors. How is Vashti feeling now about her artwork? What kind of change are you seeing in her? Pause the video to discuss. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. What do you notice in this picture about the other people that are looking at her dots? What can you tell about their body language when they're looking at this? How are they feeling? Pause the video to discuss. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please sign it." And that is the end of the dot. What connection can you make between the beginning of the story, when Vashti's teacher told her to sign her paper after she just put that little dot, and at the end of the story, when Vashti told the little boy to sign his paper with his little squiggle on it? What does it mean when you sign your name to something? How does that change our work in the future? Pause the video to discuss. Thank you for listening to our read aloud.